And so it's time to finish off Operation 003A. Once again, switching up my wonderful wands to make sure that they're all correct and present, because for some really bizarre reason, I don't quite know what it is, but like after certain cutscenes / events, you get your wonderful ones get reset to the standard, basically. Now, the thing that you can see in the middle of this room is rather important, especially if you want to get a wonderful one. So basically you have 3 shots at this. You need to strike it, and then you can strike it again to stop it immediately. Unfortunately, I'm going to fail miserably at being successful with this. But also, if you manage to win on it 3 times in a row, then you will get a bottle cap, which is... I'm not lucky, I'm special. Unfortunately, I am not going to be getting that. I wish I was. I also wish I was going to get the wonderful one that is in here, but I forgot / didn't quite realise that I could strike to stop it. So, yeah... And the really annoying thing is that you can't reset it in any way. So if you mess up, you're gonna have to come back later. I told you, we're just missing all of the wonderful 101s in this mission. Like, seriously? In the entire game, there are... Oh, how many? I'm going to miss about 6 wonderful ones. Pretty much every single one of them, bar 2, I think, are in this mission. I just really dislike it now. I think there's a lot of reasons to not be a fan of this mission. The main one is the bloody Megangs. But that bloomin' wheel is another reason to not be a particular fan of it. Now, even though you are going to need to use Wonder Yellow and Unite Hammer throughout the course of the game, it's probably one of the least useful Unite morphs, because it's very slow, basically. You can do the damage on it and stuff, but it's just not got any speed to it, so you're always better off going with Unite Hand, because that does a lot of damage, but also ups your combo counter and is reasonably fast in comparison. So, yeah, either way, now that we have come in here, that we actually can't do anything at this present moment in time, because even if we try to use a sword to open up that lock, we're not going to be able to do it. What we need to do is go back up outside, which you can do. You may think you can't, because generally what seems to happen is that you progress and then you can't get back unless it was just one fleeting moment. But if you draw a sword whilst you're out here and kind of move about a bit, kind of mostly stay around this area / walk into one of the electric stab things, you can get covered in electricity, which is obviously very, very helpful, and that is what we need to progress. However, we do need to defeat these raydowns before we do that, because otherwise we're not going to get very far, are we? Thankfully, there really isn't that much left of the operation. There is one particularly horrible mission that you are going to have to face. And I mean horrible. You thought facing the Magangs in the roulette wheel room was bad. You ain't seen nothing yet. And I'm being deadly serious with that. Also, in general, if you think you know what to expect from this game, you don't. You really, really, really do not kind of get what you are about to face. With pretty much everything. Like, I thought going into the Wonderful 1, I was just like, I played Bayonetta, I've played most of Platinum's other titles, I know what to expect. I thought that this game can't surprise me. Oh, it did. Oh boy, it did. So that gives me immense excitement going into Bayonetta 2, because from what I believe I read in, I think it was in Iwata Asks, with Hideki Kamiya and so on and so on, and basically they said that there was a rather large degree of competition between the teams on the Wonderful 101 and Bayonetta 2, because work in exactly the same office space, so they can all see what each other's doing. And I have to say, when this gets to the scale that it does by the end, if you think that the Bayonetta 2 team are going to try and run up that, it's just like, oh my god. It really is reason for excitement. Now, after beating this Dark Art, we're going to have another wonderful, joyous, slightly different mission. If anything, it's highly similar to the mission we had in the poison gas tunnel, for reasons that you will see shortly. But it also has a lot in common with anything that requires you to look at the gamepad screen. This is also quite frustrating. So doing that means that we gain access to this maze-like area, which we're going to need to go in, although I do believe that there may be something hanging out backwards a little ways. Maybe. Or not. No, I'm just setting myself up for what we're going into. Because once we try and run for the doors, we are going to be faced by some Dokuns, which are not necessarily difficult to defeat, but you're in this enclosed space, and there's poison gas everywhere, so you're under a time limit, and you can't see yourself in here other than on the gamepad. Thankfully, it is possible to see where the Dokuns are, but obviously, camera control with the gamepad is not pleasant. Oh no, you can see yourself just about on the top screen. It's just kind of, yeah. I not a particular fan of this mission. Also because you end up with situations like that where it's just like, I can't see properly what's going on, and the camera won't help Thankfully, pretty much all you have to do is defeat all of the Dokuns and you are done, basically. However, even though you can do that, there are 2 breakable blocks that you can just about see, and unfortunately, if you do what I did and beat the mission before doing what you really should do, it becomes really, really difficult to spot what you're trying to find, because there are 2 wonderful ones in this ridiculous maze. So there's Wonder Fighter, who is in the area where I was just running about. I believe he's either where that breakable block was or in that little alcove. There is also Wonder Sniper, who is over in that corner. Unfortunately, I am going to miss Wonder Fighter because I couldn't find him, no matter how much I tried. I was just like, where is he? Surely my Wonderline will find him, and it just didn't. And I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure he's there, but either way, there isn't a whole lot I was able to do. I'm just like, right, okay, we've missed a load already. I have to come back to this mission. Let's just move on. After a lot of intense frustration. And I mean a lot of intense frustration. It was just like, come on, I just want to find the bloody guy. Yeah, trust me, you do. I may seem like I have a lot of patience sometimes, but especially in situations like this, you just reach the point where it's just like, just no. The other irritating thing is that once you've gone through that door and up the pipe, you can't get back down, which is always absolutely wonderful. Don't you just love it when you are blocked from getting back from anywhere? You see, you can't go back at all, no matter how much you try. And now here we are in the room that I really detest. So, this is what I said earlier about a more horrible encounter with the Megangs. Because you've got 2, once again. But this room is a lot smaller. And there really isn't a lot of room to manoeuvre about in. I just think it's a really, really horrible mission and really nasty thing to get for you to have to do. I mean, thankfully, if you are playing in anything like easy or, say, well, easy or very easy, this fight should be a lot simpler, but unfortunately, I made the silly decision, oh yeah, I'm going to play on normal and do a walkthrough, because it's evidently the best way of showing off the story of the game. Well, saying that, really I feel normal is the only way to play the game effectively. Although I think some would argue that the hardest difficulty of the game is probably the best way of playing the game, if only because I think I read somewhere that someone said that it felt really natural for there to be no slowdown when doing Unite Morse, and it made the game flow very well. Unfortunately, I'm just not that good at the game to be able to do such a run successfully. Although I'm sure if after time I could probably manage it, but not right now. Thankfully, once you do get rid of one Megang, they do get simpler to defeat. This is also why having energy charge is very much needed, because if your Unite gauge is filling up really slowly, then this fight just becomes incredibly tedious. I mean, you can use items, but as I've said before, they are a little bit difficult to use. So I tend to just leave it with the health ones, because they are literally what the thing defaults to. So you're just given an easier time gaining access to them, really. Ah, thank God Won-megang's down. I really have nothing to say about these guys anymore. It's just like, guys, just go away. I dislike you, capiche? Thankfully, the mission is almost over, and 003B is actually relatively exciting. So, that's certainly something to look forward to when we get to it. Go die in a fire, Megang. Huh. Yeah, I still suck at Megangs. I thought I'd improved at the game a great deal, and I have, but against those blighters, no, I haven't. But still, we got a gold. I will happily take that. And it's time to move on to Operation 003B, which is certainly a lot more exciting.